Welcome to a guide to new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday and it can mean only one thing. It's clearance day. It's the Friday frenzy. We've got quite a lot of mods to get through, so buckle in. I'm trying to think how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mods to get through. I'm going to start over to the left here. I've spread them all out today because there are a lot to get through. We have got the Aluminium sliding gates. Very nice mods. It's unusual to have sliding gates. I mean, you often get them on maps, but we don't get them as placeables normally. These are by gamerhzs. They are 5 slots each for the first one. When it places, you get the runner as well for the actual gate to slide on. When we go up to it, press circle. There we go. There's no sound effect that I can tell. We've got a 5 metre gate and there is a 6 metre gate just here. They are under placeables and I think decoration. There were so many mods today, right? Yes, they were. 1,500 for the 5 metre, 1,800 for the 6 metre. Like I say, 5 slots each for the first one. Obviously, the more you place, then obviously it drops down to 1 slot each. But yeah, very handy. It depends what kind of setup you're going for, but it's something a little bit different to have in game. Very nice indeed. Again, I like the way the light shines off the aluminium. We're getting that a lot more now with the mods, with the different metallics and things like that. It's good. I like that. Okay, mod number 2. Let's go. We have got a solar panel. This is by Stefan 1997. It's a placeable and one that earns you a bit of money. It's just a small one. The cable goes into the ground. Not too obtrusive. Again, it's got a nice kind of glint on that kind of bluish hue. Not bad at all. That is under, I think it's miscellaneous. And it's right here, the solar panel. It's 20,000 to buy and place, and depending on what economy setting you are set on, you will get 200 on easy, 150 per hour on normal, and then 100 on hard for placing that. It's only 1 slot to place, and actually not too expensive. If we scroll back across at the other one, it's got 75,000. Yeah, that's incredibly cheap. If you're looking for solar panels, that's not a bad alternative. That a couple of those, and you're going to be bringing in 300 an hour, still for less than one of those. Interesting. Anyway, there you go. That's a solar panel by Stefan 1997. What next? Let's move over and have a look at this. This is the crop storage building. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy. It's 6 slots and it's a very, very large building. Nice design, some really cool features. I do like this kind of it's not that's recessed kind of, but you've got these vents but also protected from the weather. Quite big. The doors aren't huge, and that's one thing I often say with the larger sheds. If the doors went further up, you could get bigger machinery and that kind of thing. But you've got, there we go, this one this side. Now when it says crop storage, it's not an automatic, like you put it in, it kind of hides it away. It's where you might put root crops and stuff and pile them up, or grain, or whatever you want to do like that, or you can just use it as a machine shed. Like I say, it's not massive, the entrance is. We have got lights. I'm going to put on the help window because finding the trigger was a little bit trickier. There we go, lights off, and they're just the strips that are up there, and lights on. But there's a very peculiar thing about this crop storage. We'll go to this end and I'll show the same thing. It's the same thing, it's just a mirror really. So you've got 2 main kind of sections. What is odd is this bit here. It's like a secret compartment, but I can't find a way in. There's your wall, right? Literally just there, which places it about kind of here. Which means you've got from there all the way to there, and I thought, oh, that's obviously what the doors are for. But the doors don't open. So weirdly, at either end of this crop storage building, you've got a big section, probably from about here, with nothing in it. It's like a void. Maybe there's some kind of secret passage, I don't know. But there you go. That's the crop storage building. That is by DMI 20mm Normandy. Price wise, it is 45,000 to place. And did I already say it was 6 slots? I think I might have done. That's 6 slots to place. It's got quite a large footprint, as you can imagine. It's a big building. And I don't know why it did this. It's something to do with the lay of the land. It put the concrete all the way around, apart from this corner, and it put grass there. I'm not sure whether it's just to do with the map or the mod. I don't know. But anyway, right. Moving on. What's next? Right, bunker silos. We've got bunker silos again by DMI 20mm Normandy. These are 1 slot each, and we have got a medium. We've got a double medium, and we've got a large. The double medium comes with steps in the middle to go up. I say go up, but it won't let me. There we go, kind of. Very narrow walls on this one, and I'm not sure what the capacities are. It doesn't actually say, I don't think. We will double check that. But those are the 3 that come in this pack. These are also under... no, they're not. They're under silos, not sheds. We scroll across. There we go. So we've got the lizard bunker silo large, bunker silo medium, and then the medium doubled. So the medium is 20,000. You got the doubled is 40,000. Then the large silo is 32. But like I say, there's nothing on the Modhub or on here to tell you what the capacities are. That would have to be a much longer test, which, in all honesty, with the amount of mods that have dropped today, I haven't got time to fill them up. But there you go. We've got quite a lot of bunker silos available as placeables and as mods at the moment in game. So this is another pack to add to that inventory, really. And it will come down to the type of map and the type of thing you want to go for. But there you go. That's bunker silo by 20mm Normandy. Pack of 3. Right, moving on. I know this seems fast. I often get moaned at because I take too long. I get moaned at because I waffle on too much. So I'm trying to get through it as quickly as I can while still providing you with the information you need. So, next we have got the Kirkling AllRounder. This is by Giant Software. It's 7 slots and it's a cultivator. Excuse me. We had this... I know we had it on 17. 15, I'm not sure. It's a 14.5 metre cultivator, so it's a fair old size. Lots of nice detail on it. In store, we are under actual cultivators, not disc harrows. We scroll across. There we go. 94,000 to buy. I've already set 7 slots. Requires 520 horsepower to pull, though. It's a bit of a beast. And it puts it, I think, where are we looking? Between these two, doesn't it? That's a 12 metre for 89,000. And that's the Swifter 18.2 metre for 120. So it does put it at 94 grand, slap bang between those two, and width-wise as well, being 14.5. But that one requires 500 horsepower. That's 500 horsepower. That's 520. So it actually requires more horsepower than the Bednar Swifter. Interestingly enough. But let's hook this up. Now, I was asked the question as well, why do I not show bits of machinery and stuff being used in the field like I used to? Well, if I go back to FS17, let's just fold this up. It's got a really nice design. It seems a lot more detailed than I remember it being before. Side wings come in first. Then the whole lot folds up. Very nice animations. Pretty cool. Yeah, on 17, when we used to get mods, we would have maybe 1 mod drop on one day. So you might go a week and you might get 4 or 5 mods drop in a week. We get in some days 10, 11, 12 mods. And the problem is, if I was going to go and use every piece of equipment on the field or where it's supposed to be used, doing the job it's supposed to do, it gets to a point where a mod review could be an hour long. You know, it's just too much. But there you go. That's the Kirkling all-rounder cultivator. It cultivates. It does what the other cultivators in game do, but it's a 14.5 metre one. Price isn't too bad. Horsepower requirement's a little bit heavy, but yeah, nice bit of kit that. Again, to add to our collection, things to choose from. Next, what should I go to next? I'm just going down my list thinking I don't want to miss anything out. Oh yes, that's something I do want to talk about. One of the things that came out today was the Dead Trunk Pack. I'll show you it in here. It's under decoration and it's a tree pack. Right, so it's these here. You've got Dead Trunk Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 5. That's... oh, the Stage 4's there. Don't know why it's done in that order. And they are 2 slots each. However, when I tried to place one, it came up straight away saying, I already have too many of these trees placed. Well, I haven't got any trees placed on here. I can only assume it's because there are quite a few trees on the map already, but it did say you need to sell some. I tried to place one and my game glitched out massively. I couldn't get anything to work. It wouldn't go back in and out of the menus. It really went to pieces. So I had to come right back out of the game and then restart the game again. Now I don't know if that's the problem with the mod and the map, or the mod itself, or because there are too many trees on this map already. I mean, it's not heavily forested, Felsbrunn, so I don't know. But just as a warning, I don't know whether you'll have problems with it or not. That's by Suedtirolerbauer. Sorry if I said that wrong. Suedtirolerbauer. It could just be the map. But yeah, I couldn't get any to place, and when I did try, it caused all sorts of problems. So just be wary. You might want to save your game or whatever you're doing and try that out first. Right, so moving on. We have got the Kruger HKD Module. This is by Dream Truck Team. It's 7 slots. You are required, or you will need to have, it says required mods. You are not required to do anything, but required mods you will need. The D754 by AAA Modding, this little truck pack, because this is the one of the ones that goes on the back of here. We'll have a look at that in just a second. There are quite a few options available on this, and it is under trailers, which is just here, the HKD module. 12,500 to buy. Under the jigsaw piece, it does say D754, so you're going to need that. It will take all of those crop types, seeds, fertilizer, lime, all sorts of stuff, which is great. 16,250 litre capacity. Now, as far as options go, there are quite a few. We can change the main colour. Let's say go with blue, and that's the kind of main struts around the outside. The design colour, as you can imagine, looking at the green that's already there, is the actual body of the vehicle, the sort of integral bits. And then we've got cover colour. Now, we can have cover colour yellow, grey, black, or design colour. So whatever you pick for the main sort of slats, the main panels, it will match the cover to that, your design colour, which I think is quite a clever idea. I like that. Then we've got frame colour. The frame is the bit underneath that you hook up to. You can have that as red or black or design colour. Now obviously red is what it is already, but whatever your panels are, again, it will match it to that. And then we've got design colour, and this is the wall colour. So you can have it same as the main colour. You can have wooden slats. Now this is a little bit harder to see, so we need to get in a little bit closer, but there's you can just about see that in the light. Rather than a flat side panel, same as the main colour or the design colour, it gives it like an almost wooden slatted look. And then it says wooden slats in main colour, so you can have it either in your design colour or the main colour. I know it's a little bit confusing, but there are quite a few different options, sort of a wooden slatted look in either of those options. So there's quite a few to be looking at really on that. And it hooks up onto this. back up. Love the way the truck lips up first. It actually fits on there quite nicely. It's not a bad size. Cover open and closed. And we do have the option to change tip side. So you can have tip side back, tip side left, right, or grain door. So for example, actually let's do tip side, not indicators, tip side right. Again, nice animation. It's a nice addition to that pack to go with this truck, because there's a few different backs that go on that, and it fits on there nicely. I drove it out here from the main store, didn't have any issues with movement. It seems to click onto the back of there really nicely without any problems. That said, under load, I haven't tested that under load yet. You may find out, as you can maybe see in the light, this one I've gone with like the slatted sides, so you've got wood slats on the inner panels. But yeah, it's a nice mod. That goes really well with that truck pack. Sits on there really well. 16,000 litres. It's not a bad size either. So that's by Dream Truck Team. 7 slots. Not bad at all. While we're over here, let's have a look at this one. This is the Silage Wheel Loader Fork by Nikko Pixies. This is 2 slots and it comes in various different sizes. As you can imagine, it hooks onto a wheel loader and it will pick up silage, which is exactly what you need from a wheel loader silage fork. So this is under wheel loaders. It doesn't fold up or anything like that. 3,680. Says 4,000 litre, that's the larger one, but it will do grass, hay, straw, manure. I'm never sure if that's chaff or wood chips. Always goes up my head. And silage. But options, we can change our main colour. I just matched it up with JCB because I was using the JCB. Then we've got capacity 2,000 litres. We can go to 3,000 litres or 4,000 litres. I like the option to be able to switch that up and choose whatever size you want. And I suppose if you get the smaller one and pack it away, you can always then, in your configuration, if you go to one of your repair points, your workshop, you can then adjust that in those options as well anyway. So, not bad. It's a nice tidy mod. Hooks up properly as you'd expect it to. No issues. I know sometimes you find, it's probably worse, I found on multiplayer, when you move up and down with forks, often with front loads and stuff, your front loader or your forks move up and down, but the actual attachment, there's a bit of a delay and it kind of moves out of sync. Not a problem with that at all. Very nice indeed. Right, next, what should we do? Well, this is in the front, so we'll get onto this. This is the Komatsu 951. Yes. This is by North Modding Company. So, as the same as yesterday's, these guys do a lot of forestry equipment. This is the larger Komatsu to the standard in-game one. And as you can probably already see, this is a 6-wheeled version, not an 8-wheeled version. A little bit like the John Deere one that was out, the 1970, the 1470. It all gets incredibly confusing, doesn't it? There are quite a lot of them. But yeah, it's a nice mod, and again, another addition if you're doing forestry and you want to use something other than the John Deere's or the Ponds or something like that. But in the Modhub, in the store, this is under forestry machines. Price wise, in game we've got the Komatsu 931XC, which is 435,000. That's the 8-wheel version, 251 horsepower, 23 slots. We go across a little bit further. This is also 435. It's the 951. It's pretty much everything about it is almost identical, to be fair, apart from the fact, like we say, it's got 6 wheels rather than 8. We've got the option to change the knock-ins for Ollis4s, and then there's the option for various different track configurations and tyre configurations, chains and belts and all sorts of things. This one is 285 horsepower, so a little bit more grunt, and it's also 23 slots, so it's, you know, it's a little bit more powerful than this one, the in-game one, but for the same slot count. So it really comes down to, again, horses for courses, what you fancy using. It's a nice mod. Pretty much everything that they've brought out recently has been really, really good. The heads are interesting because they don't seem to have a lot of detail on them, but they do the job. So start her up. Cab moves with the cutting arm, like so. You've got her up and down. Now that, again, the same. The boom only goes that high that way. If I go to my R1 control and then go right the way up, I can bring it all the way up, so you get a bit more height on it. Doesn't go as high as the ponds, but we've also got, I do like the hose movement on this, the way the hose stretches out when you bring that boom in and out. It's a really nice touch. I know it's on the standard one as well. In cab, nice amount of detail. Everything moves as it should do. Very nice indeed. Lights, we've got front and then main work lights. Nothing really changes in cab when you do that. As far as view goes, we've got this view here from the cab. That's me looking around, then that's moving the whole crane, I keep saying the arm. Then we've got left and right of the head, depending on what view you want to be looking at from there. As far as the head goes, turn it on, which opens it out. We can rotate the head like so, and I think with this one as well, like the John Deere's, L1 R1, is it tilt? No. Now that's an interesting one. I haven't come across that before. L1 R1 up and down the stick. So I've got rotation, and I've also got that opens and closes. That's But if I do L1 R1 and left stick, is it? I did this last time. There we go. We can also adjust the head that way, should we wish to do so. So that's L1 R1 and left stick side to side. Fantastic. This cuts all tree types, I would say all tree types, all of the standard tree sizes. It won't do all tree types because obviously some tree types aren't supported for felling. But there you go, that's the Komatsu 951. Very nice bit of kit. Nicely detailed. That's by North Modding Company. Right, moving onwards, we have got, just over here, we've got the Marshall ST 1800 by Arikson. This is a slurry spreader. Just there on the back, the business end, so to speak. We had a small Marshall one, again, I think on 17, didn't we? Nice looking mod. Nice detail. Decals don't blur when you get close to them. Very cool. In store, this is under slurry tanks. There we go. It's only a small one, it's 8,000 litres. It's got an 11 metre spread on it. This is how many slots? 4 slots, so not too heavy on the slot count. It will do slurry and digestate, depending on which you would rather use. 75 horsepower requirement as well, so not huge horsepower requirement. And only 14 grand to buy, which is pretty good. If we come right down to this end here, we've got the standard Garant VE 8000, which is also an 8,000 litre, which is 23 grand. So 9 grand cheaper. It's, you know, and only for only 4 slots, it's the same slot count as the standard in-game one. So again, another option, something to have and use if you want to. Don't use if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you. But there you go. Very nice indeed. That was by Arikson. So, last two. These are by modelleicher. modelleicher. These are the timber framed houses in the background. I love the wobbly roof on that. It's very kind of Harry Potter-esque, I think. Look like medieval buildings. Now, there are a couple of options on these as well. We've got the two buildings, which are options, but you've also got options within those options. It will all become clear in a moment. Again, these are nice mods. They will fit certain maps, not necessarily other ones. It depends what kind of thing you're looking for. It does have that feel of a really old kind of, well, timber frame building, but this one's cool as well. You've got the kind of garage bit underneath here, one to the side here as well, steps going up. Very nice. And then inside we have got a light as well, which is just here. There you go. Now I couldn't get that side door to open unless it's from the outside. Oh yeah, there you go. So I've got a side door as well, so you can go in from the side if you want to. Now, in the store these are under placeables, but there are two options on this. Under farmhouses, if we go across, you can have the smaller timber frame house for 18 grand, or the timber frame house with shed for 26 grand, and they can be your farmhouse. So they're the ones you can go to and you can sleep through the night and skip through. So if you want it as your main farmhouse, you can absolutely do that. Now, I tried to place both of those on the map and it said I could only have one farmhouse per farm, so it wouldn't let me do both. But if I come out to decoration and scroll across, they're also in decoration. Same price, and the slot counts are the same. The smaller timber frame is 5 slots, the larger one is 7 slots. But if you don't want them to be able to sleep through the night, you can just have them as a decorative kind of building. The doors and stuff work on the house with shed, so you've got two options: farmhouse or just a placeable that you kind of put down. So this one here is the sleep through the night version. I'm not tired, but if I was, that's where I could sleep through the night. This one is the placeable version. As you can see, we've already seen with the lights and the doors, they will open and close. So even on the placeable version, you can still use it for shed space or storage space or something like that. Very nice. So that's timber frame houses by modelleicher. I think, fingers crossed, I think that's everything. Pretty sure it is. Again, I know it was a real kind of whiz through to get kind of having a look at everything. Some interesting mods. There was a lot of them that were sitting in the Giants testing page waiting to go, and I think, like I say, it's Friday, they've cleared the decks and got a load out ready for the weekend. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.